Hey guys, Kyle here with another recap, review of the new Steven Universe. So, once again, thanks to viewers in France, I was able to watch this episode early online. As I said in the last episode, please though, when this episode does air on Cartoon Network in America, or wherever in the rest of the world, please still watch it on TV. Let them get their viewership numbers. Even if you personally don't watch it, at least put the channel on, walk away, do something. But yeah, let them get their viewership, because again, they get their viewership, they get numbers, which means they get money. Money means profit, which means more episodes, continuing of the series. I know y'all love the series, I do as well, but I couldn't wait another week to watch this episode, so I had to watch it online. But yeah, so this is episode 5, Hit the Diamonds. So, once again, this episode takes place directly after the last one. I mean, literally continues right where the last one left off. So, as I said in the last episode, it ended with us seeing one ruby pop out of the vessel, and she had her gem was in her left eye. Then it seems like each ruby, because there's multiples, we find more. Seems like each ruby has a different emotion. And this one seems angry. The next ruby we see has a gem on her left arm, and she's more of a fighter. Now here's the thing. I wonder if this is the same left arm ruby that we've seen in one of the past episodes from the flashback of when Garnet explained Sapphire and Ruby and when they met, or if this is just another one with coincidentally with the gem on her arm. Unfortunately, that is never stated in this episode, but definitely think about it. Which would be interesting because it never gets brought up at all either. But anyway, that one seems like the fighter. Then we find, then another one comes out, another ruby, with the stomach, with the gem on her stomach, and this one seems more free-spirited, happy-go-lucky. Then a scared ruby pops out. This one, I went back and forth. I couldn't find, where her gem was shown, so unfortunately I can't tell you where that one was. And then the last one, which was kind of like the techie, the leader, had a visor similar to Peridot's visor. And that one had a gem on her upper chest, kind of like where the collarbone is. Or not collarbone, that's this. But right up here in the chest, the gem was right there. And that one definitely seemed like the leader. So there were 5 rubies that popped out. And of course the group, seeing this, quickly runs and hides in the barn. Peridot's freaking out because she's like, oh my god, they're here for me. Everything I said to Yellow Diamond, they're going to come take me back. They're going to destroy me. Garnet comes up with a great idea. Then she defuses, and we get to see Sapphire and Ruby once again. And everybody's like, hey, it's Sapphire and Ruby. Garnet and Amethyst are happy. Steven goes and hugs them. And then we find out that as they were fused together, they had thought of the plan of having our Ruby infiltrate the other rubies, which she does. And we find out that these other rubies are not that smart, because at one point they're like, hey, there's 5 of us, there's supposed to be 5 of us here, there seems like more. So the leader ruby, who's on top of the ship, counts the others, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, forgetting to count herself, is like, oh yeah, there's 5 here, so we're all good. So the plan works because, yeah, they're not that smart. So they're like, hey, we need to scout, we need to find the leader of the Earth mission. When they say the Earth mission, I'm thinking, oh man, maybe they're looking for Rose. Not knowing that she's deceased / given birth to Steven. And we don't know, they just say the Earth, the leader of the Earth mission. So our Ruby, stupidly is like, oh, don't go check out the farm, the barn over there, and all the other Rubies like, oh yeah, we've never seen that, we should go check it out. And then our Ruby is like, oh no, I'll go look by myself, you guys stay here. And then they go, and they're all like, yeah, we knew you were gonna do something like that. And then they're like, oh, just say all just humans live here and that everything's fine. And then our Ruby takes Steven with them while he's holding a baseball bat that Amethyst gave him, because Amethyst is about ready to beat some ass. And, Steven's like, hey guys, it's just us humans living here, nothing to worry about. Apparently the gems just don't give a crap about humans living on Earth, as they just are like, oh, it's a human, okay, well, whatever. But they're like, oh yeah, let's just still check out the barn. And then Steven's like, no, it's just us humans there. How about we play a game of baseball, and if you win, then you can go check out the barn and whatnot. So then... yeah, then it turns into essentially a baseball game episode, which I haven't seen that used in a cartoon in quite a while. Back in the 90s, there were quite a few cartoons that used baseball as a distraction or something. So it was kind of funny seeing that happen again. But again, these rubies are not smart at all, so they have the rest of the crystal gems all dress up, with the exception of Peridot, all dress up in human clothing and pretend to be humans, which Lapis smirks as like, this is absolutely stupid, this is a horrible idea. But she joins anyway, and I forget, they give them all different, like, funny human names and whatnot. But yeah, so Steven explains baseball, they play baseball, our Ruby is still infiltrating the other Ruby team, now as a double agent playing to help them lose. Hilarity ensues. Of course, they are using their powers. But Sapphire and Ruby are, of course, flirting with each other, which is screwing things up on both ends of the teams. And at one point, the Sapphire is about ready to bat, and then one of the I'll just say the evil Ruby throws a baseball, puts it on fire, and then throws it, and it becomes one of those anime things where then Sapphire hits the baseball, and it's like kind of frozen time as the baseball's like spinning on fire, and it's like going against the bat, and then Sapphire like in like, I don't want to say rage, but in like the action's like, ah, and her baseball bat like encases in ice, and then like the baseball just kind of shoots off into the distance. One of those like anime fantasy tropes that's always kind of funny to see. But eventually the rubies find out that the gems are not humans and they're gems. And then they all fuse into one giant ruby, which we've seen before. But this one, because it's 5 rubies and not 3, is much, much bigger. And they're about ready to battle her, and they're like, where's the leader? And then Peridot comes running out, no, please, don't hurt my friends. I'll go quietly, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, you're the Peridot? And she's like, yeah, I'm the Peridot. And they're like, we're looking for Jasper. And then everybody's like, oh, you're looking for Jasper, not me, even though I said horrible things to Yellow Diamond. And they're like, where's Jasper? Where's the leader? And they're like, oh, we know exactly where she is. And they're all like, because in the first episode, Jasper fell into one of the chasms from when the cluster was activating, and we haven't seen her since. And then out of nowhere, Steven's like, oh yeah, she's on planet Neptune. And the rubies buy it. They're like, oh, why didn't you say that sooner? So they defuse, get back into their ship, which isn't fully smashed, by the way, just kind of went into the ground when Lapis smacked it. One of the rubies, the one with the left eye gem, angrily says thank you to Steven, and then they just fly off. And that's pretty much the end of the episode. There's like, oh, okay, that was weird. So this one was definitely more, compared to the last episode, was more of a fun episode. I'm not a sports guy. I'm not a fan of baseball. So for me, it's like, I could have done without, but it worked for the plot of this episode that they did baseball. But yeah, I mean, it's great that we're finally seeing more gems. We see new versions of different rubies. The one with the one in the eye was definitely kind of cool. So more of a cycloptic ruby, just because one eye's a gem and the other one's regular. But seeing different emotions. One thing I also noticed is that when there were many times where all the rubies were lined up. They're all different shades of red. I don't think any of them were exactly the same shade of red. So that's also probably another difference between all the gems, is that while they all may be, again, when you get a bunch of rubies together, they're all rubies, but they all will have, a lot of them will have different personalities. Obviously, we've known for a while now the gems will be in a different place, but the shade, their color will be different shades throughout. So that was something I noticed. So definitely take a look at that. But yeah, so I mean, that's really about it, what happened in this episode. I don't really have any theories, except for I don't think this will be the last of seeing these rubies, or, again, obviously we'll see more homeworld gems invading Earth. I don't know, I was kind of hoping that maybe they'll able to grab another ruby. That'd be kind of cool if they had another ruby join the team. But yeah, so we'll have to see what happens from there. But again, that's it for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe. As always, check us out at thefindright.com and on all of our social media pages for other geek news, reviews, podcasts, contests, and giveaways. Catch you guys next time.